And we're live with Jason with the most unprofessional phone activity ever. Forgot to turn off my own phone, and this is my own show. I am basically the worst. I am joined by a number of notable Heroclix players. But before we get into it, and I start introducing everybody, I want to warn everybody, I have allowed these guys the freedom to say whatever they want. So viewer discretion will be advised today. I know certain members of our cast, named Kevin and Fruz, have quite the potty mouth. And that's okay. I have warned them ahead of time. So you are now been warned. You have all now been warned that there may be some swearing in this show, unlike our normal live casts. Tomorrow, expect our podcasters possibly to be a little bit more well-behaved. I can't promise that at all, though.
Is Scott going to be on that one?
I don't know. I might let you on that one. Let's see how today goes. It might dissuade you from smack-talking your fellow podcaster. But going in order of how I see them, I am joined this episode, which is a special round table leading into Origins, guys. We're just going to talk about Heroclix going into World Championships, and that's what all of us are here for. It's all what all of us love. So first of all, I'm joined by the Ginger Beard Destroyer, who's on a bit of a tear with rock events, Mr. PJ Bolin.
Hey.
I am joined also by the best Canadian from Canadian Nationals, Patricia Lamb. Placing third at Canadian Nationals. So third is the Canadian first place, right? Is that how we got to do it?
Second works too.
Yeah, because you're second first year. That's right. Joined as well by former world champion Paris Gordon.
What's up?
Boo.
Joined by 2/3 of the team world champions from 2015. Tim Bold, and not on camera, but somewhere in the room, Derek Thompson.
Hey.
There's Derek's right hand. Derek is also known as the gatekeeper. He quite frequently second place in a lot of high events. Last year, he was second place at 2016 World Championships. So, not a bad player. He's still pretty good, guys. Also joined by Kevin Fruz, last year's Rock US Cup champ.
Yeah.
And I'm also joined by the young destroyer, Ethan Brock. Generally, if you see his name in a rock event, he's somewhere in the top 2, if not the winner.
What's up, people?
All right, guys. So that's everybody along our wonderful roundtable. We'll try to keep this on topic, but I can't promise anything. And let's talk, of course, Origins starts technically Wednesday. All the Heroclix stuff starts on Wednesday. A lot of us are traveling in on Tuesday and so on and so forth. And a lot of us, not including myself, definitely not myself. Some of us are pre-qualified for U.S. Nationals. Some of us are pre-qualified for Worlds. And let's just I want to go through the line. I'm going to start with PJ on this one. How are you planning out your schedule for Origins? Because we all kind of have an idea now what the schedule will look like. It's very well laid out this year and very straightforward. So, PJ, your plans going in, how does the schedule work for you, sir?
I'm getting in like 7 a.m. Wednesday morning. I'm going to get my badge, going to relax, probably do grinders until I get at least a second place. So then I don't have to care at Nationals. And then obviously play in Nationals, ideally play in Worlds, and then play Team Sealed all day Saturday. Leave late Sunday night.
Awesome. All right, Patricia, your plans going into Origins?
I think we're driving in, get there around noon, play some Battle Royales Wednesday afternoon. Nationals Thursday. I already qualified for Worlds, so I get to play on Friday. And then Team Worlds on Saturday, and more Battle Royals on Sunday.
Awesome. All right, and Paris?
We're actually we're driving and it's a long way, so we're leaving tomorrow actually. And
Wow.
yeah, we take our time, and we'll be getting there Tuesday, like early Tuesday, and then I'll probably do a grinder on Wednesday just to get make sure I get in from Nationals, and then win Nationals Thursday, win Worlds on Friday, win Team Worlds on Saturday, and that's it.
All right.
A lot of winning.
Tim and
He
Derek?
hasn't done that in a while, so.
Your mic's still off, guys. Also, try to be quiet when Tim and Derek are speaking. They have a bit of an
That's
echo.
right.
So they have the conch. Let them speak.
We've got a brutal 2-hour drive to Origins, so we'll probably get there sometime. Don't know what we're doing Wednesday yet, but we're playing in all the main events Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Awesome. All right, Kevin?
What? Oh,
Everybody's
Kevin's gonna be drunk all week.
One of these or something, right? Like,
I'm drinking
just
Johnny
talking
Walker
with you.
Blue, admittedly, and I'll be drunk all night. But no, I get in Wednesday afternoon. First thing I got to do is get a pin pocket tank from the buy it place because everyone I've won, I've sold. So got to get that, do exactly like PJ Bolin, get a second place at least in the grinders, and then just fool around. Honestly, Worlds is a place to just fool around, have fun, and I mean, if you get into the the cut for Worlds for the top 32 or whatever, you go insane, you drink afterwards. If you don't get in, you go insane and drink early.
awesome.
Nice.
Right. Easton, what's your plan, bro?
We're leaving Tuesday morning. It's about like a 5-6 hour drive for us. So we'll be getting to our hotel at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Just hang out, see everybody that gets in Tuesday, and it's basically do the same thing these guys are doing. Even though I don't really want to play in a grinder on Wednesday, but I guess I have to.
Yeah. So you'll see a lot of the players here that were described playing in the grinders early to get at least that second place so that when they play in U.S. Nationals, just being in U.S. Nationals gets you the other half of the points that you need in order to get into the Worlds. With that said, we have this whole new schedule, this whole new system. I kind of want to open the floor if anybody wants to jump in immediately when I say it. What do you think of this year's World? Because we've all been to Worlds before. What do you think of this year's scheduling as far as the way they've organized it, the way they're laying things out, and the way they're doing the qualifiers for Worlds?
So
Better than last year's. Better than last year's, but still nowhere near as good as it could be. Like,
Okay.
nowhere close.
What do you think they could be doing better?
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take Nationals and not have it there, and then that's it.
Okay. So, yeah, that is one thing I can definitely agree with, and I do want to get your opinions. I know myself and Patricia were lucky as well. Okay, you're an adopted American, but we know your heart is a Canadian.
Look at that flag. Yeah, look at that flag.
Yeah, look at that. Beautiful flag in the background. We had ours separate of Worlds, and if we did well enough in it, we would have got our seats ahead of time. And I feel like that time difference between the Canadian Nationals and the and Worlds versus U.S. Nationals and Worlds being on the same weekend is something that's got to change. Do you think, and we're going to go down the line on this one, starting with PJ, do you think there's a store or location that would best suit the time, etc., for World or for a U.S. National separate of Worlds?
I almost think it would have to be another con, unfortunately. I don't know, if the store is going to support 100 plus easily. I guess it could be done like
we can do it.
Well, I was going to say how Pat rented out the one e-gaming hall. Something like that could work. But at the same time, I don't think you put U.S. Nationals on a coast. You probably put it somewhere in the middle. So I might just be biased, but like Nationals at Origins and then move Worlds back to Gen Con or something.
Okay, I can see that. Patricia, what would be your input on this? Because you do live in the U.S.
Well, when they had U.S. Nationals separate, when it wasn't at Origins, they had it in Baltimore. So I wouldn't be opposed to going to Baltimore again.
Okay, the Baltimore is
As long as it's separate, I don't care. Because
Just as far away from Kevin as possible.
Do you think that's ever stopped, Kevin?
You can't run fast enough.
I've seen this guy at least twice. It's impossible.
I sleep 3 hours a day, man. You'll eventually get tired. I'll catch you.
All right, Paris, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean they need to have it somewhere else. Obviously, the last time they didn't have it at Origins was in the mall or whatever, and that was like the worst tournament I've ever been to. So hopefully not that again. But I don't know, somewhere preferably somewhere not in like the same area. But yeah, it has to be somewhere else.
Okay.
But yeah,
Tim and Derek.
I think they should have it in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio.
So that sounds oddly specific, almost like the place that you might live.
It's the nation's true capital.
Like Amelia's Party Center, which is a mile from my house, so I could get, nice and drunk and just walk to it.
That's anything you can get drunk and walk to is always a bonus, right? I could take a train, get drunk on the train, and stumble to Canadian Nationals this year. Kevin.
So I actually have some information on this. I've talked to some of the staff members that are working Worlds this year about it, and they're excited. They say that they're doing the best that they can do with what they've got going for them as far as like having nationals there and whatnot. And they're saying that they've created this situation where everything can run properly and efficiently if it's done correctly. At the same time, my podcast buddy Scott, who was the national champ last year, has the worst feeling about the fact that he literally won, goes, I'm the national champ, and then 3 hours later went, my championship doesn't matter because Pat won Worlds. And that's how people should feel when doing nationals right now. It's a terrible, terrible thing. WizKids doesn't like losing money, period. So one of the things they'll do is they'll charge whoever is going to run the event for nationals in advance to make sure that they make their money 100%. Mm-hmm. And a lot of businesses don't have the funding or the care about this game enough to go like, I'll pay into it and I'll do that. I had a buddy of mine do it with WizKids Open just this past 2 months ago, and Zirin actually talked the guy into doing it, and he's pissed about his turnout results. And that show, like, he does not care about money, and still he was pissed about the results and whatnot, and going like, I was promised things I didn't get. So I don't know. It's weird.
All right. Easton, direct suggestion as to where they can hold it.
Probably, like, I've been to a lot of venues, and some of the best ones are in the Midwest, honestly, and that's probably where you want to have it. The best possible scenario is it just goes to Gen Con, like PJ said, or something along those lines. But I know, like, Eternal Games in Michigan. I love that venue.
Oh, it's so beautiful, eh?
I think that could accommodate if they, like, they cleared out the front of the racks and,
got rid of the Magic players for a day.
Right, there you go, exactly. Just shoot them off with a broom. So I think somewhere like that could work. So I think somewhere like that could work out.
But would they pay is the question. Because you need to pay for all the product as far as like the battle royals that you're doing, and then pay for the con LEs that you get and the purchasables on top. You need to give all of that as investment WizKids before you even run the event.
Right.
And I personally don't go to the venue as regularly. I think, PJ, you go, is that in your wheelhouse or is that a little further out?
It's like 4 hours away.
Okay, but you've been to it.
And they have an event.
Okay, so you've been there on a regular basis. I know they run regular WKOs and other such events. Do the stores seem perturbed by the fact that they're running these sizable Heroclix events, or are they quite happy to be running them and so on? I mean, sometimes you can get an energy from the stores. I can definitely feel some of the events I've been to where the people in charge are just not big fans of being in charge of this or having to deal with what they've got to deal with right now. So I don't know. What's the vibe you get from Eternal Games? I haven't been there a couple times.
They're definitely excited to be running events. Like, their judges both love clicks, and their store owner, while he's not real big into the game, he understands that it's important to, host these events and make sure they're ran well. And they've always done a stellar job at every event I've been to. Size-wise, I think they have it if they get a few more tables and, like, clear out the front racks. I think I could definitely see them doing it.
All right. So we kind of got some of the ideas. WizKids does, and I do agree with you guys, they kind of have to move U.S. Nationals, a distance away from Worlds. It doesn't have to be, the week before. It could be a couple months before. It could be in, like, February for all we care. But, just kind of put it separately so that U.S. Nationals actually has some form of meaning as opposed to being part of a busy weekend of a lot of playing Heroclix. Yay, there's a U.S. national champ. Let's start Worlds now, guys, right? So I kind of get that vibe from all of the things. But I do want to talk about one notable change, and I might be wrong on this one because I might be reading the schedule wrong. But there isn't a separate qualifier for Team Worlds this year. Team Worlds this year is it's one go, and that's it. Everybody who's in is in, and that's it. And I want to get opinions because I know a lot of us do participate in the Team World Championships, and we have to go through that qualifier, and then after the qualifier, we have the next day where we play in the big tournament or the big World Championships, as it were. And I want to go down the table. I'm going to go in reverse this time around. So we're going to start with Easton Brock. What, Easton, is your opinion of the way it's being run this year without the qualifiers, going straight into let's do it, let's go, and then when we're done, we're done?
I don't like it to begin with, because Team World is probably my favorite event to play in, just because it's so much fun. A lot of the pressure's taken off the team building aspect and put it into a thing where you're like, oh, I can't let my teammates down, I got to win, kind of thing. I think that if nationals weren't there, there'd be a day for Team World's qualifiers or something like that. And if you get screwed in your pools just once, now you're done, like you're out. And also another problem is with the way WizKids tends to like to format big events like that and have, I don't know, like you'd cut to top 32 with a showing of 2 rounds of Swiss or something like that. And that's my real problem with it. I just hope it's ran correctly. I hope it's like 5 rounds of Swiss, since it's just one day. They have a big long day for it. 5 rounds of Swiss, cut to top 32 on top of, just single aim from there is even fine.
All right, awesome. Kevin?
I think they're actually doing it right, and it's because, so I write down the stats every year. They had only 40 to 45 teams last year. With 2 different qualifiers getting in, essentially every team made it. So with 40, 45 teams, if you have 3, 4 rounds, by 4 rounds, you'll have, I think, 1 undefeated or 2 undefeateds. That should be enough to pull a top 8 out of, or top 16 out of, and then go from there. I think it works.
All right. And 2/3 of a past Team World Champ. We got 1 Team World Champ for the past. Now we got 2 more to weigh in here, Tim and Derek.
So for me, the biggest thing for Team Worlds is what set they use. They need to use a really balanced set. I don't know what set they're going to ultimately use, but what if is a little scary because someone pulls Goblin King and there's pretty much an auto win. The other thing that's really important for me is new boosters after you make your cut. You can see over time, not just who got really amazing pools and kind of dominated with those.
All right. Derek, I know you're in there somewhere.
Yeah, I would also like to know the set, because it's not good for sealed. It's you pull Cosmic Spider-Man or you pull Goblin or you are strongly fucked. You get Advocate and you're just sad.
Yeah. We'll actually follow up with this question and go along the lines very quickly, and I'll ask everybody in the panel before, after we're done answering their thoughts on the new structure of Team Worlds, what set we think should be the set that we run for the sealed environment. But we're going to continue with the topic. Paris, your thoughts on the change to the way the Team Worlds is structured?
It is enough to get a top 8, like Kevin said, but with it being sealed, I'd like to have 2 chances to pull, something. But it is enough, so, and I understand they have time issues, but yeah, like Ethan said, if they cut nationals, then maybe they would have time for that. But that's mainly my main thing. Since it's sealed, I want to have 2 pulls, but it's good enough, I guess.
All right. Trisha, your thoughts?
I kind of agree with Paris, just in case you get totally boned on your first day of boosters, at least you get another crack. But yeah, like Tim, I agree. If you're going to make the cut, you should get new boosters too, so that those guys that pulled super amazing aren't just riding on luck, and there's at least some skill involved in winning Team Worlds.
Yeah. All right, PJ.
I honestly don't really care either way. It's the same as last year to me. Yeah, there's no grinders, or no qualifiers, but I'm with you guys on the wanting new boosters and cut, but Other than that, the format change doesn't bother me at all. I don't think it's better. I don't think it's worse. I just think it's there.
Yeah. And that is one thing, ever since they introduced it in WKOs last year, they also did it at Team Worlds last year where you had your qualifier, then you showed up the next day, and then you had to build from a new set of 6 packs after that. And then I did the top 8 after that still have to rebuild, or do they still play with
No.
on day 2?
No,
They kept it.
Yeah,
They kept it? Okay, so there was still a rebuild to a certain degree, but I don't even remember myself personally because I remember making the cut for top 8 now that I think about it. And I don't remember if we had to build new teams or if we just got really excited and whatnot. We were more or less surprised that we made the cut. It was like, oh my God. We only had 2 rounds, so that's something I need to do.
all I remember from last year is like marauders everywhere.
Oh God, there was so many riptides everywhere I looked. It was ruthless.
Double jugs was annoying.
Yeah.
But I mean, with Avengers Defenders War being the set that we all believe it to be, it's balanced. I like it.
Yeah.
And
And
uncommons can do stuff. Like
I was looking at it, the commons by themselves are some of the best pieces in the set to pull.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually writing my article about it right now, and it's
so far
it's not bad.
we got 2, and if we include myself, 3 definite votes for Avengers Defenders War over What If for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Please, kids, please be watching. That's 4, 5. Patricia, are you in? Yeah, she's in that 6. Tim and Derek, you in for
Tim and
War?
Derek are for What If, so don't even worry about them.
So you mean pull Goblin King or die?
Yes.
So it's like, so here's your strategy notes, ladies and gentlemen. If What If is a Team Worlds, you got 6 packs pulled. Did one of them have Goblin King? If yes, good luck. See you in the top 8. If not, go play Battle Royales. You're off to a bad start already.
Like it's just stupid that in that set you can have the weird Hulk, the like Fu Manchu Hulk with Goblin King and have a complete 300-point team. So now you're cosmic keyword and you get theme team for map roll.
I think it's Monster actually, but
Monster, is it that? Okay,
they're definitely Monster. I don't think for some reason I think Goblin
no,
King. is
you're right. It's Monster maybe.
Yeah.
Like it's still that doesn't make sense. And then the only piece that can compete with it is, and you need it combo together, the uncommon Iron Man that has the 12 attack with Psychic Blast, and the Iron Man Strange or whatever. Yeah. And then the Iron Man that gives the enhancement, and if they have the armor keyword and an additional damage.
Uncommon 40-point Iron Man.
The 105-point Thor can work too, since it's just like running shot pulse wave. So
110, but yeah.
105.
The 105 is the one with running shot pulse wave.
Ooh,
is it? Ooh.
Yeah. And 110 is the one that like has the kind of precision strike where the damage can't be reduced below the click number.
oh yeah.
Oh, and it gets the free attack. if
I
you
did
power
2
action.
damage to you, but it can't be reduced below 6. Have fun.
You can't reduce it below 6. What's up, bro?
I didn't do 6, but hey.
All right, so it's unanimous. We'd all kind of want to see an Avengers Defenders War, and it seems everybody kind of agrees on some things I've said in the past where Avengers Defenders War is a really good sealed set, to be brutally honest.
Well, they allocated What If for most of the stores anyways, so I doubt with that allocation that they have enough product left behind for themselves. Like, remember when they surprised us with the first Team Worlds was Guardians of the Galaxy, and they surprised us with that set.
Come out that Wednesday or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. There was no allocation. There wasn't even a lot of purchasing going for that set because they didn't think it was that good. So to see it come out and us being excited, I don't think What If is the same way this time around.
Yeah.
It's smaller too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very small set. It doesn't seem conducive for this.
Yeah, you get 6 boosters. I think you get like half the set. So.
Yeah.
You get all the commons and uncommons in one brick. Like, how dumb is that?
We were 1 uncommon short in our brick.
Yeah, you get 30 pieces. There's 58 in a set, so you literally get potentially half the set.
Yeah. All right. So with all of that, and we've all talked about the schedule in regards to things, this new format for getting into Worlds, where they're opening up the table to a series of, and there's not even a set number. It seems like they're kind of almost like Battle Royales, where once they get 8 people, start up an 8-man single elimination qualifier. and we lost Kevin Afruz. Apparently, he doesn't. His internet is just against this. But this 8-man grinder format, or this 8-man single elimination format to get into to Worlds, what does everybody think of this format? Is this good? Is this healthy? Is this bad? Do you think it's something else going on? Is it consistent enough? Do you think we're going to get the right people in it? Or are we going to end up having somebody who spent a lot of money and eventually finally got their way in there by accident? I don't know. I'm not making any kind of opinions or forming any. I'm just putting it out there. What do you guys think as far as this new 8-man grinder format? We'll start with PJ this time.
I like constructed grinders. My only concern with it is there's a lot of players who just prefer sealed and then would do one full day of constructed, and it might deter the less experienced players that way. But I think constructed's a much more efficient way of, qualifying for Worlds than, getting lucky and sealed.
All right. Patricia, your thoughts? Not that you care.
It's definitely a better time investment to go in a grinder than spend 6-8 hours doing a single qualifier. So I agree with that. In terms of if you're spending all your dollars to qualify, sure, that's fine. If you want to qualify, you eventually qualify, and you put in time to do it. So, if you're going to be like that guy that spends $100, look, if you're not a good player, you're just going to not make the cut anyway. So it's really a moot point. So,
all right, cool. Paris, thoughts?
It definitely has to be constructed. I don't think you should have sealed qualifiers for World Championship. As far as the grinders, I'm a little worried about I don't know how the number of those are going to be and how many people are going to be qualified, because if they end up, especially with nationals and everything too, if they end up with 80 people or plus on Friday, and then they might only do 3 or 4 rounds, cut to 8 or something crazy like that, and then you're not going to have a very good representation in the finals. That's more what I'm worried about, but theoretically, I mean, it's fine.
All right. Tim and Derek?
They did that you had to win an 8-man grinder to get in. Brutal, but I mean, all the top players usually make it in, so it works out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not excited about going through grinders to play against more Jakeems or Goblin Kings.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds super fun, but I'll still do it. But I think that if you really want to play in Worlds, you should be allowed to play in Worlds. So let as many people qualify as they want. Yeah, just don't do like Paris said and have 3 rounds cut, and then everybody's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Eric Easton?
I don't have a problem with grinders. I think they used to do grinders, but I think it was sealed grinders. I don't know. I wasn't able to go to Worlds back then, but I think the most annoying thing is going to be people playing just the basic cookie cutter teams that they just are going to be there because they don't want to unveil something or whatever. So it's going to be like Jakeem Faust, Goblin King, Bizarre Green Arrow, stuff like that. That's just going to be annoying to chew through. And it's not going to be like, somebody that's practiced with the team either. They just think it's going to get them first or second because that's all they care about.
Right. Yeah, and that is a thing I was musing about with some of the people I was playing with today, and we'll get Kevin's opinion in a second, where the grinders aren't like your regular tournaments.
Right.
The way you win and when you win matters, not points. So, as long as you win, it kind of enforces or encourages to a certain degree that safe play type of team where it's like kill a guy and make sure I don't
exactly. Yeah.
kind of play. So it could kind of lean that way. We'll have to see ultimately. But Kevin, what is your thought on the format of the grinders, the 3-round single elimination format in order to get into Worlds?
It's weird because I'm not used to it at all, and I was like, oh, this is a cool, interesting new thing. But for players that have been playing for forever, like Easton's dad, Paris's dad, and whatnot, Pat, for example, and Scott, my partner, they were all like, oh, this is the way it used to be. This is the way we love it. We want it back. So until I actually deal with it, I can't say anything because I've never done it before.
Yeah. Yeah, and it seems similar to some of the things that used to run in the Versus system, where they'd be last chance qualifiers like all day before the Pro Tour. So
Right, back when they called it Wizard World and it was owned by Tops and
yeah,
cavemen ran the wild, like
yeah. Everybody gets a chance. Keep going, guys. Keep trying. You'll get in, man. Don't worry about it, dude. In worst case scenario, you're in an 8-person pro qualifier. You get the pro tour points you need by placing 8th in the 8-man pro tour qualifier. It's like, oh, that was the last point I needed. All right, pro tour, let's go, bro. So, all right. So the metagame is the one that we all want the opinions of, but we're kind of looking at this year. 2 figures are on the tips of everybody's tongue: Goblin King, Jakeem Thunder. Everybody's talking about these 2 figures, whether they be using them together or using them on their own. And it's one of those situations. Do you think there is, because generally when this is the conversation, it is play it or beat it and kind of thing. And I'm not going to ask what you guys are playing. I'm going to ask your opinions on, is there enough out there in the current metagame to compete with either of these 2 figures that is worth playing with this post-cut modern era that we're running into? And we're going to go backwards in the rotation with Easton. You're going to get to start on this one. Overall state of the meta, is it where do you think it is?
It's better when What If was released, or not released, but basically confirmed it was going to be legal for Worlds, which I think at this point I think everybody knows it's very likely it's going to be unless they made some huge change. I think it made it so much more diverse than it was going to be, and I'm happy with that. But it's still pretty stagnant. There are very few outlier teams that can compete with your Jakeem and Goblin King. Pieces like Doc Ock are going to maybe make a little bit of a showing. I think there'll be 1 or 2 of them in top 8 because they just ran the table and they're optimized and they're getting the roles they need. Because that's the problem with the Doc Ock teams. Obviously, you have to roll high, or you have to roll consistently well, which can be hard to do. And if you miss once, you really get punished for it. You're obviously going to have Faust, which literally can win any game by himself, no matter what. Outside of that, it's really hard to say anything has a shot. I actually like 200-point Chase Hulk. He's really good and looked over a lot. Mm-hmm. But outside of things like that, you have your support pieces that are really going to define games instead of you sit down, you face Jakeem. It's what's with Jakeem, not, am I playing against Jakeem? Because it's likely that you're playing against Jakeem or Goblin King 75% of your games.
Yes.
Or both.
Yeah, or more.
Yeah, why not
maybe
both?
Even both of them. Yeah.
Kevin, your thoughts?
Also, one other thing is I'm so glad they're not allowing the boxing ring. Oh, thank God.
See, I was just going to say that, okay, in my opinion, I'm happy it's not there, but at the same time, it's bullshit it's not there. Because you can't have a thing legal, and it's currently legal today, right now, as we're talking about this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But World Sunlight's not legal. Patricia had to go through this crap at Nationals for Canadian Nationals.
I had to play against 2 of them.
Yeah, you had to play against 2 of them, too. It's stupid that it was legal, but suddenly it's not.
I play tested with it before they announced that, too, and it's just this is the stupidest thing. Oh, my God. There's so many things wrong with it.
There definitely are. But it's just weird to ban something like that, because when you do, and the worst is you're going, so What If brought out versatility as far as different builds and whatnot? It really didn't, because we got another pseudo Jakeem with Goblin King. It's fucking retarded. It's the dumbest thing to have to sit there and go, okay, so I have to deal with either Doc Ock coming across the map and hitting me and killing me, or building against Jakeem, who has Shape Change, Super Senses, Imperv. Or Goblin King, who, if I don't have a high enough attack to hit him, will make it to where I'll never hit him again. These 3 are the circle jerk that just destroys you, and if you build one team to beat one of them, the other 2 kill you. If you build one team beat 2 of them, then Doc Ock just destroys you. It doesn't work out right. It's horrible.
All right.
Yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Cool. And just we're going to avoid particular words when we're F-bombs. Cool. our bombs, we'll skip those for the rest of the night. Sound good?
Yep.
Heat of the moment, these things happen, folks. Kevin, I'm sure, apologizes, right?
Extremely.
There we go. All right. Tim and Derek, thoughts, metagame.
This year reminds me a lot of the Ghost Rider year, where it's that team was everywhere. It was that or Justice League team based.
No. Oh, he's Skyping out.
Really, really boring. I think we're going to be a team.
You actually do build a counter to Goblin King that you'll see that's just going to run through you. So it's going to be a very undiverse year this year.
Yeah. It's funny. You guys were skipping out on the internet, but we got the important parts. Really boring. Undiverse meta, and very similar to the team-based Ghost Rider year. I'm hoping I caught the gist of that, just because the internet was a little spotty there for a second. And yeah, it's a rough kind of thing to compete with. Paris, thoughts?
So obviously, Goblin King Jakeem are the two strongest pieces, and they're going to be everywhere. I do think there's like a couple things that could beat them, but as far as beating it like consistently, like all the way through to winning worlds, I would say the world's winning team will probably be either Jakeem or Goblin King. But I don't think that that necessarily makes the meta bad, because like it's different than the Ghost Rider year, because for one thing, it was either just Ghost Rider Batmite or Ghost Rider Brother Voodoo.
You're not just rolling dice.
Exact variations, and
it sounds like there's going to be at least more than 2 or 3 turns.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all the games were like 2 or 3 turns. So there's a whole lot more decisions you're making in the Jakeem and Goblin King matchups, and there's a whole lot of stuff that you can fill out the teams with, like a whole lot of options, like way more than the Ghost Rider year. So I think that the games are actually still fun, and the builds are diverse enough with the other parts that it's fine. But yeah, those 2 pieces will be everywhere. So
I think Paris has the best iteration of a Jakeem team right now. He just won a rock tournament with it.
Yeah, that was it was Jakeem with a full round table for if I remember correctly. And
teleporter.
Oh, sorry, it was teleporter. Yeah, sorry. Round table doesn't exist anymore. The teleporter, ladies and gentlemen, the yellow butt plug instead of the blue one. But you play with that alongside the Joker, which I've been seeing a lot locally for sure. In some of the more competitive games, because that thing is such a pain in the butt to kill, for sure. And there are other pieces of your team that I'm going off memory right now, but if you want to
Overdrive and Atom.
Overdrive and which?
The Atom Colossal.
Right. Yeah. So get in their face. Joker won't die. If you hit me or the Joker, Atom's coming. So deal with that. And there's a full round table as well to deal with on that one. It's really ruthless, really good version of the Jakeem team. And yeah, so kudos to you on that one. Like Kevin wanted to give you a little bit of a pat on the back of that. Patricia, metagame, your thoughts on it?
With retirement is definitely better, because I was sick of seeing Quinjets, and I was sick of seeing those little Ultrons. Those are
Justin Seifert.
Stupid. Justin Seifert,
Yeah.
My Justin Seifert is lucky he's either lost or given away or just never coming back, because I was going to do things to that figure, man. Carry on, Patricia.
So yeah, with retirement, I'm a little happy, even though it is the Jakeem Goblin King show. But like Paris said, there's a whole ton of different support you can use. Like there's enough room on your team to have different friends that they can play with. So even though you're seeing those 2 figures, it's going to come down to the support. Like, what kind of support did you put on your team?
All right. PJ.
I kind of echoing again what Paris said. Like, I think the meta is okay. There's obviously a lot of Jakeem, a lot of King, but there are so many variants that you can play that keep games interesting, and it's not going to be like, Justin teams where they're just running all the way across the map and slamming you in the face and it's game over, or they miss and you just win. The games will at least be decently timed. They'll be interesting. They'll keep both players actively involved. I think that's the most important part.
We're talking about how there's all these variants, but then Faust is just going to win anyway.
There's
Yeah, Faust did.
literally always a possibility, and it's so bad.
I hate that
Faust is
guy
a
so much.
50-50 chance of making you angry.
Nobody plays that piece.
If you've ever won with that piece, you're just bad.
I hope he's like. I feel like there's some degree of unofficial ban in some areas where nobody plays him because they don't want to be that guy at times. I wonder if Worlds this year is going to be like Worlds last year, where nobody plays him because nobody wants to be that guy. Because I didn't run into Faust at all.
There really wasn't that much Faust.
There was, yeah, just the one.
There was the Supreme Intelligent. I mean, the Bad Soup spot. Justin Faust.
Yeah. That was our all mutual friend Adam Friedman.
Mm-hmm.
Quick shout out to him.
It wasn't him. It was his friend that was playing the exact same build.
Oh yeah.
Well, he was the one who made top 8. Yeah, it was Adam's team.
Yeah.
All right. So, on that note, and I'm not going to make anybody give away their teams. It's up to you guys on that one. But I will ask a very one or the other answer. Safe play, risky play. Each player. We'll go down the line. We'll start with myself, just to be honest. I'm going safe this year. PJ, safe play, risky play.
I'd like to say it's risky.
Okay. Patricia?
So doing a Majestics article for it, so it makes it a little more risky.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sponsored for Majestics, so check that out. And is that going to be a for the public article, or is that going to be a
Premium
article?
Probably premium.
Oh boy! So get that $3 a month subscription if you want to find out what PJ is playing. I just want to know, because you're pretty good at innovating at times, and I always love your team. So I just want to find out what it is. Patricia, safe play, risky play.
Safe play.
Safe play. Paris, safe play, risky play.
I mean, you have to be risky to end up winning, but it's probably safer than risky.
All right. We'll start with Derek. Safe play, risky play.
Safe play.
Safe play.
Yeah, same with me. Safe play.
Yeah, safe play. Kevin.
I have no idea. I honestly haven't chosen a team yet. But I would hope to go risky if I can build it. Otherwise, it's going to be safe play.
Oh, wait. Sorry. I worded it wrong for you, Kevin. I have my special notes here. Safe play or drinking with Jay?
I mean,
Team Vaseline.
This Jay right here.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Team Vaseline, man. I can't go against that. Like,
Sorry. All right. Easton, safe play, risky play.
I'd say it's a more aggressive take on a safe play. But
All right.
yeah.
Awesome. So, guys, I'm not going to pull teams at people. That's not what we're doing. We're going to move to the fan questions. Facebook and the chat. If you're in the chat, put question in capital letters ahead of time, guys. I'm going to go through it. I won't see it if you don't have that in front of your questions. So, if you're watching in the chat, please check. Please give us the big capital letters questions. We're going to start with Facebook, starting with
question for Paris, right?
actually, it's a. It looks like in chronological order. Christopher Smotherman wants to know: do any of you guys and gals think a full point Goblin King? So this is the 275 point Goblin King. Will make the top 8 in the final. Maybe topped off with the PIM tank, Supreme Intelligence with an ID card. We've seen one-man army teams before. Is this going to be their return? PJ, do you think a 275 is going to make top 8?
No, I don't.
No?
It'll get out action too much.
Yeah. Patricia?
Like, we'll show up playing it. It won't top 8.
Okay. Patricia?
It has to get super lucky to make top 8.
Yep.
Good matchups all the way and good dice. So it could happen, but odds are no.
Yeah, not just your good dice, your opponent's bad dice.
Yes.
Paris?
They don't seem capable of making a viable one-man army, so I'd say no.
Okay. Derek?
No, I don't think you'll see 275 in the high tables, but so I have some support behind them.
All right. Tim?
Yeah, I agree. I think people will play it, but I don't think it'll make top 8.
All right. And Kevin?
No. The only way any team over 200 points is making top 8 with single figure is if you can point denial, like turning it into a crappy figure afterwards. Like, what was the alloy or whatever it is from World's Finest, where you can have it when it gets KO'd, it turns into just one figure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you do it with the Doctor Strange. You can turn him into like the crappy little 40-point dude to point denial. Like anything that can do that, that's the only way.
All right. Easton?
No, I think you'll see somebody playing it, but it's just you had like last year. I think you had Proteus pop up in top 8 at 200 points, but it's different because he has stop click and he was abusing sloth, and he still had other stuff with it to kind of supplement Proteus and make him kind of a threat. But he won't be able to stay alive like Proteus will be able to. So I don't think so. I don't think he's going to make it through.
All right. This next one is specifically for PJ, and it comes from Mr. Aaron Cantu. How mad will PJ Bolin be if I stall him and go to time?
I would be okay with it because that means I don't get his dirty hands on my Switch.
That's right, because PJ has offered anybody who doesn't go to time with him, we're going to play Mario Kart together.
That's right.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I'll have my Switch too.
Awesome. I want to play both of you because I play fast, win or lose. So let's do
Fast,
this.
win or lose Mario Kart.
All right. Next up, Eric, I think, has a more serious question. With 4 people on this round table with a figure they helped design in Modern, will any of you be using your own piece to dominate the competition? So, Paris?
I have a team with it. I don't know if
He's not using it. No, he's not.
Yeah.
That piece is
You don't have
trash.
to give it away. You can say, yeah, maybe I got an idea. That's all acceptable. Kevin?
Hell no. They screwed us, man. We had originally we decided like, oh, we're gonna have this piece. It's gonna be amazing with the rings, and then they just rotate out the rings. We're like, well, this piece of crap. At least I got to make a Faust.
All right, Tim.
As much as I love Devil Dinosaur, he doesn't get there in the meta right now, so unfortunately, no.
Derek.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. I really wanted to run them this year, but my little pogs just can't deal with the Jakeem and the Goblin.
But the Swordsman ID though, with drop bears, they're so good.
It is so good. On every team, people should just start picking them up on
Hey, some of my best successes have been with that Devil Dinosaur. My best successes, of course, never being first place, so don't worry about that. But I've had a good time playing with that Devil Dinosaur, so I wish I had something going with that, but not this year.
Isn't it weird once Ant-Man rotated out that like Pogs just suddenly died? Even though we have some amazing Pog armies, it just doesn't work out correctly any longer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's weird because it's that shift where it's like we have this design idea. We're gonna put a bunch of that out there. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're done with that. Like ID cards, you just stop making them. They're still there. We're still gonna have to deal with them for another year, but next year they're gone. Like almost disappear.
It's all about Harry Potter is gonna have a Quidditch like terrain thing when it comes out. That's the way you do it.
Wait, you know what? What Star Trek special terrain are we gonna get?
I don't even care. It's not going to be legal.
What was Star Trek's already going to be modern legal.
What? It's modern legal?
Yeah. The new Star Trek set, the new away team set is going to be modern legal.
So Fast Forces.
No, we're getting a full like 5-figure booster set of Star Trek that's going to be modern legal.
It's going to be like a meteor field or whatever.
Next year, Klingon theme team for the win, bro.
I'm calling it right now.
I love and hate this game so much.
Hey, man, you got to be afraid of the Shredders right now. And the Ninja Turtles are out there, bro. This is all. And zombies next year. Who knows, right?
Oh, no, don't do that again.
No. Not zombie Marvel characters.
Oh, yeah. Just
zombies.
Regular horror pieces.
No, definitely. Next year, it's going to be like Injustice pieces that'll be destroying stuff.
Yeah. Although Captain Kirk, it's going to be like Injustice featuring Spock. Oh, this game is ridiculous sometimes. All right, next up, Fabricio Granados. You cannot choose any piece on a top 8 team of the last 6 months. The best piece This is so hard to answer. Best pieces for competitive and best potential. Also, good luck to everybody. Okay.
It's simple. Faust wasn't in any of the rocks because he's banned, so just Faust. Done.
Oh, there you go.
It's Goblin King.
Goblin King.
Goblin King, yeah, Goblin King just gets
Captain
Cosmic
America-
Spidey
Captain
on
America
the ID
droid.
cards. Yeah.
Captain America.
Yep.
This thing
There
is
we go.
busted.
Yep.
Okay, do you guys think that thing's like better than the Atom right now, or
They're both pretty busted in my opinion, but I don't know. Like the fact that he just places 6 squares away from himself is just like, what? Why?
Yeah, it's a whole situation of like, why not both?
Yeah, exactly. You got 30 points, sure.
You or do I need to move you away from your flippin' Bizarro?
Look,
Yep.
look, team. Here's Jakeem.
Or a free action.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just.
Sorry, Patricia, we all kind of went off. Did you have anything to add to the
Patricia?
Patricia?
Sorry, what?
Did you like anything that hasn't placed in the top 8 recently? Maybe outside of what we said, or do you agree with a lot of the ramblings we just had that might have a piece that's going to be competitive? We haven't seen in a top 8 recently. Obviously, there's some what if choices and whatnot.
Well, that's pretty much it. I like to see the shredders do stuff. Like we've seen them in top 8 rocks, but
Yeah, I have enjoyed my shredder.
Either.
Patrick did great with them a few weekends ago.
Yeah,
It only works out so well. I mean, Shredder clone with Eclipso is probably the best of all the Shredders, but otherwise, all Shredder team just loses to Jakeem.
yeah, I can see that. Okay, Jay Solomon, I think this one's directed directly at you, Kevin. What figure is
Something to do
Team
with
Vaseline
Vaseline.
gonna
Yep.
make when they win?
I don't know, something to do with cream.
There was,
Wow.
wasn't there like a Doughboy or something from
You know what?
Arnim Zolan made or something?
Hold on, they own Nickelodeon. I'm just gonna make like an ice cream vendor from Avatar or something like
Nope, cabbage vendor.
cabbage vendor. There we go. All right, done.
Cabbages.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. Next up, McConnell Lamar. What's the most competitive figure in? Okay, I think we've already agreed that. What is the most competitive figure in What If and Avengers Defenders were outside of Goblin King? One from each set. Let's go in order here. Easton, what do you think? One from each. Avengers Defenders War and What If. One not Goblin King figure.
Avengers Defenders. I mean, what if is gonna be Ameridroid and Spider-Man? What the Avengers Defenders War? Was there any stipulations on that one?
No, you're good. Anything from Avengers Defenders War.
I'd say Samantha Wilson Cap and the Chase Hawkeye.
Cool. You got 2 even. Kevin.
Easton already said it. So for What If, we'll go with Chase Poison.
Okay.
For another Spider-Man call-in other than Cosmic Spidey. And then for Avengers Defenders War, I mean, Easton's got it on the nail. That set, it's those 2 figures, and that's essentially it.
All right. Tim.
They pretty much cover the ones from What If. The only one from an ADW I'd say is the character as a call-in.
Oh, that's a good one. How about the in-betweener? Which that also can be.
I played against one of those today. It's fine and sealed, especially when the guy also pulled a Goblin King.
Nice.
Paris?
Yeah, Cosmic Spidey, obviously, and also I think Peace Machine is good. And then Avengers Defenders, yeah, the same ones, and then the Title Strange. Title Strange, Chase Hawkeye, and whatever the other one he said was. Those 3.
All right. Patricia?
I think that pretty much covers all the good figures.
Everybody has said it. PJ,
Just focus Punisher, guys. Come on.
One that I personally love that nobody's mentioned. I really like Gertrude and Old Lace.
Okay, yeah. The Pog that won't die.
Yeah, I think it's a good piece. I think it'll end up seeing play. And at ADW, it's obviously Samantha Wilson or nothing else.
Oh, we're so stupid. Shifting focus strange.
I was
Isn't
going to say
Command
shifting focus range. What's everybody hate him?
No,
most
we just
supported
I
shifting
completely
strange.
forgot about him, but like yeah. And I was testing against him all day today.
Yeah. I was no love for the common Dr. Stark, 45 points, 4 clicks with prob and missed 16.
No.
No? Oh, okay. I didn't think so. I was just kind of throwing that out there. You know? I don't like Putting my eye.
It's like, no, not at all. What does that piece do? I don't even know.
John J. Drapp wants to start the Smack Talk party pretty early. Round 1, Paris Gordon versus PJ Bolin. Who wins and why? And I don't even want Paris or PJ to even answer this. So I'm going to let Patricia go first. PJ or Paris in round 1, who wins? And explain why, or like what happened. I think she Skyped out on me. Paris just rejoined. Is it me? Am I the one who's Skyping out?
I now see 2 Parises.
I see Paris. Okay, so I'm not
Paris.
I don't know what happens to my other one. It just like closed. As soon as
I think
question it closed.
I see a dead Paris and a live Paris. I don't know what's going on.
I now see 2 Patricias. Okay, Patricia. The question is,
my God,
PJ Bolin versus
they're multiplying.
Paris Gordon in round 1. Who wins and why?
I'm gonna go with PJ.
Why?
PJ's one of the next up and coming Golden Boys.
Ginger
the Golden
boys.
Boy.
Thank you.
Speaking of Golden Boys, Easton Brock. PJ Bolin versus Paris Gordon in the first round. Who wins?
God, my heart's so torn. I'm gonna go with a. Let's see. You can't have a double loss in WizKids, can you?
No. It's a roll off draw.
Okay.
Roll off.
I've seen PJ lose to Dice more, so I'm gonna go with Paris because of PJ losing to Dice.
All right, Kevin.
I think that's fair.
I'm gonna go with Paris because Paris is already drinking with me and knows not to accept drinks from me. PJ, however, is getting roofied.
Okay. So, and I know me and Kevin are both going to be drunk watching it, and here's how I think it's going to go down. Paris is going to win by disqualification because I'm going to accidentally come in, hug, and brush PJ Bolin's wonderful ginger beard in my drunken stupor because I'm not going to qualify. I'm going to do something stupid like lose a lot. And I'm going to spill my beer all over Paris's card and Paris's side of the table. The judges are going to be forced to give Usher PJ a disqualification, all the expense that I got to touch the ginger beard.
For having too many groupies.
Worth it.
Can I just say how awesome it is that Anthony Barnstable finally made it to the top? He's the head judge.
Oh, is he?
Well, I mean, if there was a race, he definitely won. My God, is that guy quick to get to your beard.
Right? Or wait, no, he's not the head judge for Worlds. I think. How'd it go? Who's the head judge for Worlds again?
Kevin, you're the one who started this. I don't.
Yeah, you started this conversation.
Shit,
Kevin coming in with the no, but don't know.
I thought he was the head judge, but I just realized I don't think that announcement actually happened. I think they chose someone else at the last minute.
Well, anybody seen somebody spilled this can of beans? What's going on? What's all over my floor?
Who was the head judge last year? It was the blonde guy, right?
It was Chris, right?
Yeah, I think it was Chris last year.
Who needs to reread the rule book, but yeah, okay.
Oof, on air. There it is. Shots fired. All right, next question. Michael Love. After the rules change, without Wit being like Peggy Carter, will Jakeem be second fiddle to the Coblin? He also notes that he loves all caps because most of this was written in capital letters. And since they got excluded from the last question, I'm going to let PJ start this one. Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. I think Goblin King's already slightly edges out Jakeem, and I think after the outweight change, it just puts him over the top.
All right. Paris?
Yeah, after the rule changes, then you're probably for sure Goblin King. But until then, I think it's pretty close to even.
Okay. Patricia?
The outweight protection definitely helps Goblin King for right now. It's hard to say.
Yeah. They haven't announced, like, there's still erratas that need to be written, so we don't know if somehow they're just going to be like, oh, yeah, Jakeem has protected outwit on the powers that he chooses. Wait, what? Hold on. But Tim or Derek?
Yeah, once the changes happen, Goblin will definitely be the better. Right now, I actually prefer Jakeem over Goblin.
Okay. Kevin?
I agree with Derek. As far as like the rules changes, I mean, we shouldn't expect it till a minimum of August when Thor comes out, and that's a maybe even. So we might not even get it until next year. And even with that, I was looking up rules as far as like rules changes, like you were saying, Jason. And one of the things is if you look at the Pim Tank as far as ruling on that, so they go with first turn immunity and how it works, and they say that the rules change. What happened is first turn immunity says you can't be targeted. However, they reword it now with the newest rule from Pim Tank saying you can't place a person who hasn't done anything on the first turn. So that means
I thought being placed was always part of
it. No, because it doesn't target, so you just place, right? But even with that, another reason was energy dampeners from Faust. Turn 1, it doesn't target, so you just give dampener. Now they're saying any game effect from a figure cannot do its effect to the figure to first turn immunity figures.
That's what they told me in 2015 was that nothing with the Faust things worked during first turn immunity, but I was unclear if they ever put that in writing.
Right. So they finally put it in writing with the tank, and they just did in May. I think it said like May 17th of this year was where the rule was actually placed in writing and whatnot. So when you're saying like Jakeem might be reworded and whatnot, I agree with you. It might happen because these rules change consistently and crazily.
Okay. Easton, your thoughts on the question itself?
I actually like Goblin King over Jakeem as of right now. I think he's a little bit more flexible. Definitely so after a rules change.
All right. Awesome. Now, if my stupid prediction or my stupid idea that might happen, my hypothetical idea that they change Jakeem to Protected Outwit for the powers that he chooses, does your opinion change? Lightning answer. Easton?
No.
Kevin? Yeah. Derek and Tim?
No.
No?
If they
Right.
change them to be protected from outwit, I would. It depends. If possessors go away, then no. But if the possessors are still around, then I still would prefer Jakeem.
All right. Chris?
Nah. It might. Yeah. I mean, it would change it. Yeah, but I still think Goblin King might be a little better.
Okay. Trisha?
Still even.
Everybody's getting put on a spot by my stupid hypothetical situation.
It's a 35-point difference.
Yeah.
Good math. Good math.
It's worth it.
Yeah. All right. So again, my question had no bearing on reality. Let's be honest. What I just said might never happen. Or some designer is listening to me, and I'm sorry, guys. I mean, something happened with maps after I said something. I don't think the two actually coincide, and I think they realized and ran the numbers themselves. So, but it was oddly suspicious that the day after I turned around and said, we're about to have 5 legal maps. They're like, wait, hold on a second, what? I was exaggerating a little, but, All right, so now we're heading into the chat, guys. If you're in the chat watching live, big capital letters question, and I'll see it in the thing. Or in the chat window. And first off, we have Fabricio Granados again, has a specific question for Paris. Well, where does it fit on your schedule to lose again in nationals against some crappy team who rolled perfectly? I don't know. Is there a story to that there, Paris? Or
I don't think so.
Paris got wrecked. Paris got wrecked and has wiped it from his memory.
Maybe it was that bad a beating where it's like, oh my god, what happened?
Did that just happen? Like,
I'm not too worried about it though. I had some of the worst dice that I've ever had in my tournament that I won last weekend. So
there we go. It's a
Look,
bad.
Paris, if you lose to Scott, you owe me a drink.
I don't think that's possible.
If you beat Scott, I owe you nothing because it should happen.
Hey, Kevin, if you breathe, we're drinking.
I like it.
Hey, there's no ice in Ohio this year, so I won't see you fall flat on your face. All right. Next up, Jackson Agar has 2 questions. Okay, so he's getting back into the game, and he has an idea of the rules and has played some competitive environments. But he wants to. Okay, so he's got a $100 budget and wants to get back into competitive play, and he has nothing competitively meta. $100 budget. What does he get? We'll start with Patricia first. I'm just going to throw random numbers out there.
What do you buy for $100? Just spend all of it? Is there like X amount of figures?
He just says, if I'm spending $100, what pieces team do you recommend that he gets his hands on to be competitive?
Goblin King, buy a tank.
That's already over $100.
I was gonna say, no, that's over $100.
What's next?
Goblin King's 75 on his own.
He's down.
He's
Yeah, the tank.
If you buy Goblin King, wait for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he might go down.
Yeah. Okay, so, and I think the general consensus is, and anybody who disagrees with me right now, please wave at me when I say this. $100 in the current competitive environment isn't going to get you anywhere.
You can go Doc
PJ,
Ock.
PJ
You can go Doc Ock.
disagrees. What do you say, PJ?
Easton was about to say it. Doc Ock themed, like a Sinister Syndicate theme team, you can build for like $30.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
yeah, that's true. Doc Ock, yeah.
Every year before Worlds, I write an article for Majestics saying $100 teams, $100 or less kind of thing. And I didn't write one this year specifically because the only team is Doc Ock. And even there, I couldn't write it because when I was writing it, I realized that the call-ins for Chameleon would make it go over $100 because you have things like Bizarro Green Arrow and others on top.
How
It
much
just
is
doesn't
Bizarro
work
Green
out.
Arrow right now?
At the time I was looking at it, he was $50. I don't know if he's dropped.
I
Maybe
mean,
someone
it's
else
what,
knows
like
the price.
Bizarro, Peggy, Nightwing? I think you could still stay
Well-
under 100.
Peggy on her own is 25.
Oh, I didn't even know Peggy. Wait, she's like a common prime, isn't she?
She's still a chase technically. That's the problem.
I got
So-
mine for $10.
Yeah, exactly. She was $10 for a while. Now she's
Yeah.
when I looked, she wasn't up on eBay. The only way to get her was through Facebook trade or HC Realms and purchase, and both are. I don't know what it is about the international trade like market and how collectors give away a bunch of stuff for no reason, but it screws us players over because you try getting a figure for its actual cost value, and people will be like, no, I want the moon and the sun and more, and then I'll give you the figure.
I would suggest making a lot of friends that you can borrow figures from.
Exactly.
I want to point my silence out as I am staring right now at all the jerks out there who do that to me. I am that guy to so many people, and I am not receiving enough beers from you guys. Why am I paying for my own beer? I don't understand. I'm loaning all these guys that exist out there, Heroclix. Where's my beers, guys? I mean, you know, isn't that the universal sign of thanks for doing me a favor? Here's a beer.
Beer pizza.
If they're of age to buy you one.
Everybody I've been playing Heroclix with who's been borrowing figures from me is of age in Canada, at least.
Montreal, baby.
Or Ontario, rather. 19.
There you go. All right.
So-
I mean, if you were here, I wouldn't give you a beer. I'd just give you a Z job. That's the way it goes.
Well, yeah, but that's just our relationship.
PJ's face. PJ, you ever watch the movie? It was the beer movie. What the hell was it called? Beer Fest, yeah. What's a Z job? If you don't know what a Z job is, you can't afford it. Like, that's the joke. It isn't actually anything.
Right. I forgot all about that movie.
It's classic.
I mean, I drank a lot before that movie, so I don't even remember that much of it. I know there's some parts where it's just kind of like, where you guys go, okay, well, we're back to the beer drinking. All right, we're good. All right. David Gosselman of Clickstuff has a question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love me? Don't be afraid to be honest. I love you guys too. Dave has provided me with alcohol on at least one situation. Therefore, I'm putting at least a 9.5. I think I lost track of him. That's why he loses 0.5. So I lost
9.5 blood alcohol level. Yeah.
Yeah, 9.5 blood alcohol level. So like kind of tipsy for a Canadian. Sorry, a Canadian Irishman.
Screw you.
PJ, your love for David Gosselin. Big 10 right there.
10.
You got some gingerbeard love. Patricia.
I've met the guy once. He only gets a 7.
Yeah, there we go. 7 out of 10. Paris?
I think me and Easton are both 10 because David carried us to a Majestics Championship.
That's true.
Team Ragnar Brockelman. So
Long live the Brotherhood.
Derek?
I'll give him an 8 because I can talk about guns with him.
Okay.
Pretty good guy, so I'd probably give him an 8. I don't know if I've ever played against him, though, so.
All right. Kevin?
It's weird. I don't know, give him a 0 or a 10 because Easton and I have like special bromances with him, and he actually tried doing a challenge, an eating challenge, last time he was down here in California, and so I want to give him a 0 because he failed it, but a 10 because it was so entertaining watching him do it.
I mean, it was like one of those eating shows, like where
the
man versus
burger.
food. It was like that. He was like, it's like wiping his head. He's like, all right, my approach is going to be this, this, and this. You know, if I can do this, I can do it.
If it wasn't for the pitcher, he would have made it, I think. Like, yeah.
Kevin, this might adjust your score. Remember how much of an idiot I made of myself on the Critical Clicks livecast at Rocktober? He was the reason I made such an idiot of myself regarding Jack Frost.
Then a 10. I mean,
there we go.
Clearly.
Before I got on stage.
I love him, man. He's awesome.
All right. We love you, you short-bearded son of a gun. All right. Hemoglobus in the chat wants to know, will Jean Grey become unplayable after the new rules changes stop her from comboing with ID cards? PJ.
No, not unplayable. Just not anywhere near as good as she is right now. But still being able to double TK is still relevant. Just not so much without IDs.
All right. Trisha?
She's still good, but yeah, not relevant because you don't have the drones to call in stupid stuff either.
Okie doke. Paris?
Yeah, not unplayable, but there'll probably be a lot of better options like Double Mercury or like Magneto or something like that. They can do similar things.
All right. Derek?
I mean, yeah, I agree with what everybody else said. I mean, she'll still be playable, but she loses a lot of her usefulness, especially with the drones. Was a big hit for her. After that, now she's just TK, and there's better options.
All right. Tim?
No longer going to be top tier,
Okay.
but she'll still be playable.
Cool.
At least you can't problem they shoot her. Oh
man.
And before we move on, Derek, we got to get you a hand puppet or something because you being off screen is awesome. But at the same time, I want some kind of visual gag going on here. Kevin, your thoughts?
I agree with those guys.
Yeah. All right. Easton?
Yeah, I think she's going to be good, but I think she'll see less play than like Peace Machine or Magneto.
All right.
Double Mercury at 25 points, like it's half the cost for a TK at that point.
Yeah, that too.
So it looks like that got answered in the chat, and he accepted that answer. So we move to KJ Foster, who wants to know, with many players comprising teams like Majestics going to Origins, which team will perform the best? Oh, man. The smack talk opportunities are available, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to let who gets the first go on this. I think Patricia gets to go first.
I have no team.
Team Canada.
So my allegiance has to go to Failboat, I guess.
Wait. Patricia, are you looking for a team?
I have no one for Team Worlds.
Paris, that conversation we had earlier,
Yeah.
we may be able to arrange something. Patricia, if you're
Okay.
looking for a team, 2 Canadians are currently about to work with George Massou, but Paris is interested in working with George Massou, you see. So if you would like to join Team Sorry, eh?
Wait. I think I'm gonna steal George from you guys. We just need one more Middle Eastern player, and we have the Middle East straight up.
Paris
Like-
asked first. I'm just saying.
I think
Everybody wants George, man.
Yeah, me
But
or
a
say.
third Canadian on our team might be worth letting George go. So, Patricia, contact me after the show. All right. PJ.
It's hard saying. The only thing I can say for sure is that it won't be Ragnarok.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
I also want to point out, if Mike Payne was coming, one of my co-hosts on the Metal Lab, I would insist that him, PJ Bolin, and Tim Bold form a team and watch all the souls vacate that like aura around them.
Yes.
All right. Paris, shots fired. Go ahead.
well, I mean, obviously it's Ragnarok, but as far as Phoenix Nest goes, I think they've had a lot of deep success lately, but I think Worlds will be a reveal, their true skill level. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Team Failboat.
I mean, do we even need to ask? Clearly, it's yeah.
Confident this year, we've already started designing our figure that we're going to win.
Oh, wow. Kevin? I can't hold on. I just opened the floor to Kevin and Fruz to smack talk, so you can all just rail on me later on. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
It's like laugh at funny.
I have no idea, honestly, because I want to say us, but at the same time, when we won Team Worlds, the like synergy and the drive and the energy that we had towards wanting to win is a different kind of chemistry than we have now. Now we've shown that we're pro players and whatnot and do what we do, and it's a different kind of drive to get first. We don't expect it as far as like do the hours of studying and the hours of testing like Paris and Easton do these days. So I don't know. Honestly, I'll give it Team Failboat, or I'll give it to some other team. But if we get lucky enough to make it up there, then we got the skill to take it. I'll say that.
All right.
That doesn't seem like the right mindset.
Easton?
See, I don't really care who does well. I just care about my team beating Kevin's team. That's all that matters to me.
Oh, that doesn't happen.
He's got a
We have to avenge ourselves for last year.
Okay. Easton has never beaten me and never beaten Pat. This is just happening. Like there's no way around it.
Okay.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, go.
Okay, let's just be fair. Against Kevin, I have literally. Oh God, I don't want to talk about my games with Kevin because they have been the most ridiculous dice games I've ever played in my life.
It's like playing Magic and never pulling lands. Like this is he's like, I need a 5 to hit and you're dead, and he'll roll a crit miss and go, what the fuck happened? And
Like,
I'm
it was literally like I was
great.
playing Ultron 18.2 at full dial where he just dominates robots, and he was playing Cap Sentinel.
I was playing.
No, he was playing Alpha Class.
Yeah.
He was playing Alpha Class, and I'm like, okay, sweet. I need a 4 to hit you with your 16 defense, and I'm going to mind control you for free, and I'm going to go kill your entire team, and that is a critical miss. Game over. Goodbye.
Yep. Sounds about right. The world doesn't want you to beat me. The world needs you to understand you are a delinquent. Like
my team even played Patrick's team last year, and I didn't get matched up with Patrick or Kevin. I had to play Clay, and I won. So even though I beat his teammate, I still could not. My team lost in top 8. We finished like 5th. I still could not beat Patrick and Kevin.
Paris finally you beat Pat at the last rock tournament, right?
I've beaten the last 4 times that we played.
Did last 4 times?
Whew. Dang.
All right. I'll leave that for tomorrow when Pat's on to deal with you. Like,
Well, Pat was supposed to be on today.
that's
He
right.
had to bail on me.
Yeah. Well,
So-
potentially, we'll see. We'll
That
see.
busy
He might be on
man.
tomorrow.
If he does want to contact me and jump on the show for tomorrow, by all means, yeah, okay. Tomorrow we're gonna be all right. Is that everybody? Yeah, we got the smack talk across our corner. Okay, good. All right, next up. Okay, some of these are a little weird, so I'm not really gonna go with them. Like, for instance, I got a question here from a Micah Love who says, "Paris, are you ready to change the 1-0 to a 2-0?"
Yeah, he beat me one time, and that's like his crowning achievement.
I mean, hey,
Gotcha.
you are a world champ. It matters.
Okay, and we do have another question from a Jackson Agar. He wants to know, how was it playing against your own figure in the finals and winning?
I mean, it was cool to see it there, but I killed it in like 3 turns, so I guess that's kind of sad.
What he's saying is this piece is trash.
Can I? I'm gonna ask a question to Tim, Derek, and Paris. Have you guys used your championship in picking up women at like a bar or whatnot?
Yes, Tim and Derek just bring the dinosaur around with them. Like, hey, see this?
Hey,
This-
baby, you
this
want
is
to see my
me.
T-Rex? It's red.
I used it to get into a bar one time when I was 20.
Tim and
How
Derek.
does okay? Hold on. How does that even work? So
It was when we were in
you go, I'm a world champ.
Oh,
I'm
wait,
21.
I was there. I was there.
Everybody was going in, and I was
That
like,
was last year in
great.
California. That was
We
great.
explained to him what Heroclix was and everything, and he was like, you know what, that's cool. Like, I love all that nerd shit. And then he let us.
Yeah, he was like, I love all that nerd shit. I have like 3 yo-yos in my car. Legitimately, what he said.
I love all that nerd shit. I have 3 yo-yos in my car.
Yes.
Is officially the best line I've ever heard for a bouncer letting somebody into a bar. Sir, you are the best at your job. I love nerd stuff. I have 3 yo-yos. Get on in, you 20-year-old. Oh, okay.
All right, the Tim and Derek, real quick, I need to know.
Oh yeah, all the time. My wife really likes when I go pick up other women.
I was gonna say, Tim and Derek are both married.
Yes.
Hey man,
Hey Patricia, is it true the only reason you're dating Nick is because of Devil Dino?
Yeah, he's the best.
There you go. Confirmed.
I want some
Devil
story from
Dinosaur gets attention.
yeah, I want some story from Tim and Derek. They came home and went, "I'm a world champ. This is gonna be a special night." Done. You know.
I can only imagine Amber's gonna find me insufferable for at least a week.
What
Okay.
if you became a world champ?
Yeah. If I finally buckled down and played the game like I know I should know how to play the game, right?
It's so nice when you walk in and you go "Hi, my name's Kevin Frizz," and they go, "Okay, what does that mean to me?" I don't know. Fucking Google it. You'll find out. And they Google it and they're like, "Oh, you're a world champ." Yeah, there you go.
That's
One
nice,
third
Kevin
world
Frizz.
champ.
Hi, I'm Jason Collins. You do not look like a 7-foot-tall gay basketball player.
That's true.
Nice.
Yeah, that was the best day of my life. I just finished college. I finished my last exams. Jay, when did you come out of the closet? Wait, what? What's going on? Check the internet. Oh, I'd always known there was an NBA player who shared a full name with me, but now it's just like, oh, great, and he came out. My phone is useless for a week. All right. Nathaniel White wants to know, does Venom Pool give any meta teams any pause for thought? And we're gonna go with PJ on this one first.
It doesn't really make any meta team unplayable or anything like that. I think he's definitely a good piece. I could see it placing well in an event, but I don't think he's going to really cause anybody to overhaul their build just on the fact that you might see a Venom Pool.
All right. Patricia. Venom Pool? Patricia?
Oh, to me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Lagging.
Okay.
He's doing something really interesting.
He's interesting, but there are better pieces to use at that point range.
Okay, so it doesn't really make you pause and think, my God, I got to consider this?
No.
All right.
If I can't use Probable well.
Whatever. Paris.
I love the figure, but yeah, no, not he's not like super scary or anything.
Okay. Derek.
He says no.
Yes. Yes.
For teams, and
His
just
internet
doesn't.
connection has denied him an answer.
Wasn't a great answer. I tried to break Venom Pool, but honestly, he doesn't get there. But I like he's just not.
You just stole my answer.
Thing.
No,
So I just want to make sure, because the internet's being a little bit gimpy on you guys. Give me a head nod. You both kind of agree. He gives, like, he's there, he's interesting, but not really changing your gameplay. Oh, and I lost her camera. Wonderful. All right, Kevin, your thoughts?
Popcorn Easton.
Did you say, wait, Popcorn
Easton?
Easton.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everyone else, so just Popcorn Easton. It's faster.
All right. Eastern.
Oh yeah, same as Kevin. I agree with everybody.
All right,
I mean,
cool.
he'll change my gameplay while I'm in a game. He'll like make me think twice about using a prob maybe, but
Right? Like,
Not
what
likely.
the effing do? He's 18 defense. You're going to destroy him. With the format the way it is, a bunch of people have, like, it's so dumb. A bunch of people have, like, 21 defense, and it still means nothing.
like he's good in like the limited format in Rock, but the fact is that like, okay, I'm gonna call in Nick Fury. He's gonna use his prob, and then he can't use it for the rest of the game. Oh no, he's not on the board anymore.
Next turn, he's gone.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Fabricio Granados wants to know, and it's a question for all of us, when will you stop being lazy and take national championship from all the world? It's not going to be me anytime soon. I have been shit in the bed as far as WKOs and qualifying for these things are concerned. PJ?
I'm going to Canada next year.
No!
All right. Patricia, I promise next year I'm trying a lot harder than I did this year. That's for sure. Because I wasn't planning to win a world, and I played a complete crap team. I talked about it for like 4 months, and it was a piece of crap 4 months ago. So we're going to take it, Patricia. You and me in the finals, okay? I don't even care if I lose.
Got this.
Yeah. You got this in the bag. Paris.
Yeah, I'd love to go to Canada or Tiago. I'd love to go to
Brazil would be great.
Big national championships from all the world. Okay, yeah, it's never mind. I don't.
But yeah, it looks unlikely, but I'd love to.
All right, Derek and Tim. My God, you invaders! I had to play against Tim under the camera, so. Are you playing
Canada will never win their own S.
4 years in a row,
Never,
Canada
right?
hasn't won its own championship. It's going to continue.
You're basically
Right.
a suburb
We're gonna
of
have to
New
listen
Jersey
to this
right now.
crap for how long now? Another year of this garbage. Kevin,
I don't even know what the question is. I can't
there's something
understand.
about, okay, the question is read as follows: when will you stop being lazy and take national championships from all the world?
I mean, I tried the first year it was out, and we did. Majestics took Mexico. We almost took Canada. We took the U.S. Did we? I don't remember. No, we didn't. I think Adam Freeman took that one.
Yeah, Adam Freeman took that year in U.S.
Yeah. So we think it's something that's amazing. We definitely try, but until U.S. Nationals becomes its own thing, just as much as like Europe's Nationals, where Patricia actually flew to Germany to do Europe's Nationals.
I
I
came
remember that,
second.
the first one. Yeah, exactly. Congrats that. That's still weird. Okay, so like Pat went to Mexi Nationals, which Paris says the worst tournament ever was U.S. Nationals at the mall. Mexican Nationals, the first time around, they didn't have a computer. They name called people. It was 120 players.
That's
It
every WizKids tournament.
Yeah, it took like 12 to 14 hours. It was insane. But definitely, I think next year, because one of our original players and our original teammates, Chris Flores, the best of the best. I mean, he's the close combat expert. I'll give him that title. He moved out of state to study and learn horticulture. So him and Pat will probably meet up at Mexican Nationals. I'll do Canadian next year. If U.S. Nationals changes from freaking Origins, I'll go that too. But at Origins, it's just not worth it. It doesn't really matter. I think PJ, myself, Paris, Easton, I don't know about Derek, but I think we're all playing joke teams for Nationals for the most part. Like, it's good team, but it's not the world team. Like,
All right.
Nationals at Worlds is a Worlds qualifier.
exactly. Yeah, it's the same thing as freaking just playing the grinders.
Yeah, it's just on a larger scale, really. All right. Okay. PJ, Diego Pinto de Luz wants to know if you're going to donate some of your beard to Paris. And Amber apparently heard that question.
You know, if anybody was deserving, it would be Paris. Look at that little baby face.
Bro, look at Paris's championship. He has a mustache and like goatee or whatever.
He also has a freaking mane on his head.
He also looks like he's on a list. Sorry, Paris, I love you, but man, that mustache. I'm just so glad.
I texted him the day after I saw that picture. I was like, yeah, you need a haircut, man.
I got it today.
Oh,
just for Easton, man.
Looking sharp, boy.
All right. Richard Medina has a question, and he wants to know, who do you not want to play against because you would lose to them? PJ.
I'm not going to lose to anybody.
Oh, get rocked. Patricia. Yeah, there it is. It sounds like the same answer PJ just gave. Paris.
I'm not afraid of anyone.
There you go. Yeah. Paris is. Oh yeah, there we go.
Someone with loaded dice, I guess. I don't know.
I gotta get those out of the oven. I mean, nothing. Derek.
Yeah, I don't really have anybody that I don't want to play against.
All right. Tim?
Said earlier today, and Derek's Worlds team is pretty scary and not a good matchup for me, so I'll say Derek.
Oh, there we go. We actually got our first answer out of the question. There we go. Kevin?
I mean, wait, his name is Richard Medina?
Yeah.
Then the Funky Colt Medina.
And Mr. Brock.
We're getting reports in that Derek's team is pretty scary, so I'm going to go with Derek.
You know, Derek's afraid to play whoever it is in top two because Derek's the gatekeeper. So
yeah. You won't have to worry about Derek.
I love Derek, and I never would want to hurt him. Even though Derek's a lot of fun to play against. Derek's balls to the walls.
All right.
Wait, all I heard was Derek's balls from Easton. What just happened?
That's all you needed.
It sounds like you got a mouthful. I wasn't sure though.
You didn't need to hear anything else.
That's all you needed to hear.
It went down with a gag. Wait, what? Was that the internet or your throat? Oh, here we go. I think George is actually watching. We're talking about the meta. Oh, George actually threw in a question. George Masu, ladies and gentlemen, when talking about meta and using the pimp particle tank, after you take your range combat action to toss
the tank.
Toss the tank. What is the order the controlling character activates first?
He gets to choose.
Yeah, good choice.
Damage is dealt at the exact same time between the damage dealt from your character and the tank. So you get choose, because you're an active player, whether you want to place the tank first and deal the damage from there, or your character to do the damage.
So basically, with you're saying if you said like a range combat experience, so like it depends what your attack abilities are. If you want to get, basically it depends on the guy's dial. If you have like, say, precision strike or something like that, where you're dealing with like super senses, you're better at dealing your normal damage. That you want to try to get past the reducers on the enemy and maybe get them onto a super sense click. So it's really whatever way you want to do it and what's better for you.
And a good example is like Felix Faust. If you deal damage from your attack first, then play the tank, it'll get around his super senses.
Yep.
It's lay dial. So that would be exact opposite example.
So it's a general rule of simultaneous things. Controlling player gets to choose the order.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is dumb.
So bro.
Yeah. And it's George Masu, best there ever was and ever will be. That's the quote that came out of Majestics when I started fooling around with like his ultimateness, as far as he's the only guy I know that can play a single figure and make it top 8. I don't understand this. And he does it every year.
Here's the thing. George Master, when he picks a team, there's calculations that we don't understand every time. Like I have not seen him play a team where I'm just not like,
well, I can beat that.
It's like, that seems like, what the hell just happened? All of a sudden you lose.
I think the biggest question regarding George is, what team's he playing on at this point?
No. If Faust was banned, George would be ecstatic, because George lost at the Rock Cup to Faust. He had an amazing team and just got locked down by Faust the first 2 games he played. And I've never seen George angry. I now understand why he's a Marine, because holy shit, I was afraid. Like,
all right. So kind of the rules question jumped itself in there. And Fabrizio wants to add that apparently they have fixed Mexican nationals. They just got caught off guard with as many people as showed up last year.
Oh, no, he's right. Yeah, definitely. I mean, all the tournaments have been fixed to be computerized and whatnot. I was just saying it as far as, what happened. But
yeah, that was your big year of travel.
That was ours. Well, it was I love to say it as the year of Majestics, because we were young. We were without a girlfriend and a ton of money to do what we want.
Oh, you have a girlfriend now?
Yeah, I got things I do with.
He's pretty sure she's a girl.
Do you paint on your face on your right hand, or?
The worst thing you can ever do to me is when I wake up after a good night of drinking and then be like, yeah, you remember that guy you're with and his dick slapping your chest? And I'm like, no, what?
Funny thing is, that guy would be me. Oh, God. All right.
To whoever is listening, honestly, I'm not joking. I'm having a party at Worlds. You're more than welcome. Join me. Easton's joining in. We've already decided we're going to go crazy. We did it last year. It was a ton of fun.
Easton
The more the merrier.
What?
Easton can't drink.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There will be adult beverages there?
I live in Canada, in Vancouver.
Right? This is a question. There will be adult beverages there?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, then I'm probably very close by, if not there already.
I mean, we
look. Is it going to be enough for me?
The sad thing is, Jason, when anyone else sees us at Worlds, it's like we're a bobsled team. You and I are attached. Like
we're yelling at each other. We're talking about when we're going to drink, and then you disappear, and I have to go drink with Kevin at the artisanal chicken and waffles place and get hit on by the server
across the street. That's
that place is so good. I can't wait.
That place is so good.
Yeah. Amber already knows about the server incident, so that's why I'm free to talk about it. She was like, really? That's awesome. I turned on the Canadian accent for that so hard, eh? Oh, man, I was talking about it like this, and she just had a face like something else there, eh? Want to go for a rib? All right. I think the nonsense has ensued now, and it's time to start calling it a night. I do want to thank everybody who's watching live. We've got more viewers today than we normally have on a live show, and I'm pretty sure it's Kevin's fault.
I take full responsibility, but I'm sad about it.
I want to thank all the guys who are watching, all the guys who are watching live, everybody who joined me on the show today, anybody who's watching on the archive, thank you very much for joining us. We're looking to have a ton of fun at Origins Games Fair for the Heroclix World Championships, and I'm going to be super excited to see all these guys in person, all of you guys in person. It's going to be a great time, I'm sure. So, PJ Bolin, on your way out, anything you want to say before we go?
No, he just says bye.
You got to unmute the mic.
I know. Anybody who plays me better play me in Mario Kart after we're done.
Dude, it's on, and I'm totally getting the blue shell. Ladies and gentlemen, you only get the blue shell if you're in last place. So, Patricia?
Thanks for having me. I guess see everyone in Origins.
Yeah. Paris?
It's the year of the Ragnarok.
Ooh.
Wow, you sound so threatening when you say that. Derek?
I'm just looking forward to seeing everybody next week. I look forward to this time every year.
All right, Tim?
Yeah, it's a good time. Best of luck to everyone, and I'll see everyone down there.
Not best of luck. Fuck that.
Everything Derek says in that regard, like, just F that, is so much funnier because he's off camera. Like, it's 100% funnier because he's not there. It's like,
no one actually seen Derek's face this whole stream, have they?
Like, we've seen his middle finger a few times. Give us another one there, Derek. Come on. There we go. I told you guys he was there. Oh, and there's the top of his head. Kevin, anything you want to say on your way out?
I'll be uploading an episode of Critical Click shortly after this with PJ Bolin as special guest. And I'd say look to majesticccg.com/apex-insiders for anything to do with Worlds coming up in the next couple days. We're uploading articles nonstop. Paris said he's uploading one. I'm uploading one as far as a map list, top 10 maps to play at Worlds. Easton, I believe you're uploading one as well, right? Or
yeah,
soon you're going to turn one in?
Primer. Yep.
Exactly. So it's definitely the place to go to check out things. PJ, do you have one coming in, or?
My Nationals build is going to be a whole write-up.
Okay, interesting.
Got some big cojones.
Yeah, so definitely come to our website, check it out.
All right, Easton?
I'll just see everybody there. I mean, it's a great time, and I can't wait to get there. It feels like it was just like a week ago that we were here last year, but time has flown by.
I know.
That's sweet nice place.
All right. So thank you very much, PJ, Patricia, Paris, Derek, Tim, Kevin, and Easton. It's been a great time today. See you guys all at Origins. See anybody who's watching who's going to be there at Origins. Have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you guys tomorrow as we have a very similar roundtable, but this time we're going to be talking more with Heroclix podcasters, those of us who take a little time to chit-chat about the game of Heroclix occasionally. I might bring Kevin back on that one. I don't know if I can still tolerate him for a
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Have a good night, everybody.